This is a story called Drowning Superman, and I'll read just a little bit of it, if that's okay. I love writing poetry, especially in April, and like the rest of the year is almost like my fiction writing time. And people sometimes ask me, like, what do you prefer? But I don't really have a preference. Like I really love both. So, Drowning Superman. Callista's immature in some ways, I'm immature in other ways. It's not a contest, but it's hell when I lose. Often, I lose. Our vacation has been one smoking disaster after another. Every time something new goes wrong, I calm myself with the reminder it was Callista's idea to spend $7,500 to rent a cottage infested with ticks, mice, and spiders for a week on Martha's Vineyard. Her idea to endure 7 straight days of overpriced restaurants, every one of which is too crowded and takes forever. What exacerbates the disaster of our vacation is Jesse, our 4-year-old, who's been crying like a faucet most of the week. He's not a bad kid. He is, in fact, a tremendous kid. Commits all manner of adorable preschool behaviors like calling Frankenstein Freakenstein when our neighbor dressed up as the spark plug blockhead last Halloween. But he's also on the fast track to psychological weed addiction and years of regularly scheduled therapy because he gets far too much attention from his parents. Callista and I focus on him in order to avoid focusing on each other. We know Jesse is our best thing, both our lone successful group project and our sole remaining chance for redemption. So we try to outdo each other during our special one-on-one times with him. If Callista takes him to the pseudo farm where kids can pet unhealthy-looking goats and llamas, I have to escort him to the balls-out zoo, where the orangutans enjoy frolicking with their genitals. If I escort him to the zoo, she takes him to an amusement park and sits next to him on the kiddie rides and wins him a 4-foot-high stuffed aardvark. That's how we wound up on Martha's Vineyard. Callista called a truce. We have to put an end to this arms race, she said. We need to do something as a family. So we eat expensive, lazily prepared food as a family. Except Jesse doesn't eat his. He's so damn hungry, waiting and whining and waiting and whining that he invariably fills up on bread or his fingernails or some old cheese and crackers from the beach bag Callista demands I love everywhere. And by the time his $17 plate of butter spaghetti arrives at the table, he has nothing to offer it but sneering disdain, which is fair. I bear no ill will toward my son for whining about how starving he is for several hours and then picking at only a couple pieces of his pasta. I am angry only at Callista, who glares at me with her nefarious teacher eyes, the ones that make her 5th graders feel like if they leave their seats to get a tissue, razor-sharp scimitars will descend from the ceiling and shred them to confetti. We should have just told the waitress to bring the food to him in a box, she says. We're going to have to box it up now anyway and bring it home. I'm not one of your students, I say. Don't lecture me. Traveling to Martha's Vineyard involves a 45-minute ride to Detroit Metro, then a 2-hour flight from Detroit to Boston, then another 2 hours with all our bulky luggage on a foul-smelling bus from Logan to Woods Hole, capped off with another 45-minute ride, this time on a ferry to Vineyard Haven, so congested, it's a struggle to find enough seats together, and we have to schlep our luggage up and down several sets of stairs. So let's not talk about how we could have just rented a cottage on Lake Michigan for a quarter of the price and driven 3 quick hours up north and fallen asleep immediately in a hammock. Instead, let's just say the root of the box in the food controversy is that Callista felt it necessary to formulate a strategy so Jesse would be bearable during his maiden voyage on an airplane. This is the difference between Callista and me. She always wants to plan for disasters because she believes in the high probability of disasters and that you can lessen their impact if you prepare for them. I believe that's nonsense. I believe you can generally avoid disasters through blind random luck, and if they happen to strike you, you won't know when or where to what extent, so preparing is just a waste of energy. Plus, preparing usually encompasses some incarnation of a large bag, like the beach bag. And though Callista stuffs it with all the lingering anxieties from her worrisome childhood, I'm the one who inevitably winds up carrying it wherever we go. There's too much, I think, whenever I'm lugging the bag like a sweaty, shoulder-aching Santa Claus, too much of the world that's unknowable. You can't control every damn variable. Still, as part of the airplane strategy, Callista spent 2 weeks glorifying all the wonders of modern air travel. toting Jesse outside on her hip before putting him to bed and pointing at the sky. You see the stars up there, she cooed to him? You see those stars that look like they're moving? Those are airplanes cruising through the night. They are warm on the inside and safe. That's where we're going to be, floating through the sky. And you'll have your own seat next to a window, and the shade for the window will be made of hard plastic, and you'll be able to pull it up and down all by yourself. And Jesse, listen, here's the best part. When you sit in your own seat, you'll also have your very own table. It will be attached to the seat in front of you, and there will be a little latch that will be easy for you to open. And then you'll be able to unfold your table all by yourself, and when they serve you food, guess what, Jesse? Guess what? The snack will come in a box. That's right. They'll serve you a snack that comes in a box. Personally, I failed to see the thrill involved with box food, but Jesse was enamored, so okay, play that up, Kalista, if you think it'll make a kid happy. Except when 3 days before we were scheduled to depart on our glorious airplane with its very own plastic shades and tray tables, Kalista served us tofu and green bean stir-fry in boxes she bought from a restaurant supply store. I thought things were going too far. Did we run out of plates, I said? Or are we boxing the tofu up to take it to a restaurant and eat it there? Not funny, Jay, she said. Can't you see Jesse loves this? Can't you lighten up and have some fun? Jesse, I said to my son, someday you will kiss a girl in the backseat of a car. She will be chewing gum, and you'll be able to tell how she sucks in a pull of breath right before your lips meet, that she wants you to kiss her as much as you want her to kiss you. And that would be something to love. That would be something that's fun. That's not something appropriate to tell a 4-year-old.